In the quiet village of Dajin Garin, nestled between the hills, lived a young woman named Binta. She was the pride of her family and admired by everyone in the village. Her beauty was legendary, and many men had sought her hand in marriage. Yet, something strange always happened. Every man who proposed to her met an untimely death. It all started with Usman, a wealthy farmer, fell in love with Binta. He had promised to marry her and give her a life of comfort. The night before their wedding, he was found dead under a fallen tree. His family said it was a tragic accident, but then it happened again. Suleiman, the village blacksmith, was the next to seek her hand in marriage. He was a kind man, and every man believed he would be the one to break the string of bad luck that surrounded Binta. But just days before their wedding, Suleiman drowned mysteriously in the village river. No one could explain how a skilled swimmer like him could have met such a fate. The villagers began to whisper. They said Binta was cursed, that everyone who loved her would die. Binta's heart grew heavy with grief and guilt. She did not understand why the men who loved her were dying, and she feared that the whispers were true. Her family, once proud and joyful, became quiet and withdrawn. Her mother, Hajia Mairama, wept for her daughter's fate, while her father, Alhaji Umaru, a respected elder, grew angry and bitter. He forbade any man from seeking Binta's hand, declaring that his daughter would remain unmarried forever to save more lives. But Binta could not accept this. She could not live knowingly that she brought death to those who cared for her. Desperate to find answers, she sought out Malam Idris, an old herbalist known for his wisdom and connection to the spiritual world. Malam Idris lived on the outskirts of the village where few dared to venture. His hut was small, and the air around it is always seen thick with the scent of strange herbs. When Binta arrived, she fell on her knees and pleaded with him. Malam Idris, please help me. I don't know why this is happening. Everyone says I'm cursed, but I don't understand. I never wanted any harm to come to anyone. Malam Idris studied her for a long moment, his eyes narrowing. There is darkness surrounding you, Binta. It is not something that can be easily seen, but I will help you if you are willing to hear the truth, no matter how painful. Binta nodded, though her heart raced with fear. Malam Idris lit a fire and began chanting in a language she did not understand. The smoke filled the room, and soon Binta felt herself drifting into a trance. In a flickering light of the fire, she saw visions, shadows of the past. She saw her mother, Hajia Mairama, as a young woman, desperately in love with another man, a man who was not Alhaji Umaru. The two lovers had been caught by Alhaji Umaru before they could run away together. In his rage, he had gone to Malam Idris' father, a powerful spiritualist, and begged for a curse to be placed on the man who had stolen his wife. The curse was cast, but it went awry. Instead of only punishing the man, it attached itself to Binta, Mariama's firstborn. Every man who loved her would suffer the same fate as the one Mariama had betrayed. Binta grasped as the vision faded. She looked at Malam Idris, her eyes wide with horror. It was my father's doing? The curse was meant for him? Malam Idris nodded gravely. The curse was twisted by your father's anger. It bound itself to you, and until it is lifted, the deaths will continue. Binta felt her heart break into 1,000 pieces. How could her own father have caused this, even unknowingly? She knew what she had to do, but it filled her with dread. Binta returned home and confronted her parents. I know the truth, she said, her voice shaking. The curse wasn't meant for me, but for the man you loved, mother. And you, father, you are the reason I've been cursed." Her parents were silent, guilt and sorrow written on their faces. Alhaji Umaru fell on his knees, weeping. "I never knew, Binta. I never knew it would harm you." Determined to break the curse, Binta returned to Malam Idris. He told her there was only one way to make a sacrifice. She must choose to remain alone, never marrying or having children. For if she did, the curse would return and claim not just her husband, but her future children as well. With tears in her eyes, Binta made her choice. She would live a life of solitude, sparing others from the curse that haunted her. Though her heart ached, she found peace in knowing that she had broken the chain of death. From that day forward, Binta lived quietly, a symbol of strength and sacrifice. The villagers no longer whispered about her curse, but about her courage.